Okay, so TennoCon just happened.
I want one.
No.
And for everyone who watched with their Warframe accounts linked to their Twitch channels, should have received a brand new piece of content linked to the upcoming 1999 update. This piece of content, of course, being the brand new assault rifle, the AX-52. Let's be honest, boys, we're calling it the AK-47 because that's what it is. I don't care about all the nerdy shit. Is it AK-74, AK-47? The thing looks awesome. Kind of reminds me of the KN from Black Ops 3, mixed with the AK-47 from Black Ops 1, and it certainly feels like that in game as well. Anyway, so what's the deal with this weapon? Well, first off, it's completely free, and I'm not sure when it will be returning. I'm assuming with the 1999 update for everyone that missed it, but that's just a guess. In terms of the weapon's damage, it is a fully automatic assault rifle with base puncture, good fire rate, and solid crit and status chance. And like most weapons that tend to release nowadays, it does have its very own special sort of effect or feature. And I think this one's a nod to how recklessly people use AK-47s in movies and stuff whenever they're just hip firing and whatnot. When hip firing this weapon, it will give a large amount of ammo efficiency, meaning you'll consume less bullets per shot, allowing you to spray the weapon for longer from the hip. But when you ADS and land headshots, you'll gain increased critical chance. Not only do both these modes feel very different, but they're also kind of balanced in their own way. The ADS mode deals way more damage just based on the higher crit, but if there's more enemies in front of you and you just want to spray them down for longer, hip firing is definitely the better option. Now upon first glance you may think, okay, this is just like some every other day assault rifle, why would I care about this weapon? And normally I'd say the same thing, but the design of this weapon, from its sound, its animations, just the way the weapon feels, is unlike anything this game has ever put out before, and is perfectly setting the stage for the 1999 update. It feels like it's from that era. It's like a grungy or gritty version of Warframe weaponry, still with that futuristic, functionality, but with some much needed 1999 flair. Now it is worth noting, this weapon actually has pretty solid damage and scales somewhat nicely. It's not going to be the best weapon in the game, however, I'd make an argument that this is one of the better base assault rifles, especially for newer players. This thing can definitely out DPS a Soma Prime, as long as you aren't using the Soma Incarnon, which is of course more of a late game acquisition. So versus most non-Incarnon assault rifles, this thing holds up really well, and is without a doubt one of the best early game weapons for a bunch of new players. This thing will easily take you to Still Path and a little bit beyond that as well. Also, a quick reminder to everyone that's still watching the video, be sure to follow at the Twitch. This is where we do a bunch of testing, streams, long survivals, and of course with the recent small content drops around TennoCon, it means we're also going to be covering Ember soon, so please check me out on Twitch and be sure to sub to the YouTube channel whilst you're at it. Back to the video. Due to this weapon's versatile stats, you can mod a few different ways. Some people opt for maybe full on corrosive blast. You could go full damage or even go 60% elementals. But for me, the build that I've tried and enjoyed the most so far is a viral hunter's munitions build using primary deadhead. Due to the high crit stats, especially from the passive effect of hitting headshots and getting more crit, combine that with a solid fire rate, this allows us to proc hunter's munitions a lot, and their very nice stats chance is going to proc a lot of viral damage as well. And once you ramp up condition overload on the weapon and your arcane, this thing will easily shred through enemies. And on top of that, my choice of fire rate mod is actually prime shred. Not only do I feel like this is thematically kind of nice because it doesn't put the fire rate too high to the point where it doesn't really feel like an AK anymore, but it also gives you punch through, allowing you to hit more targets at once, thus spreading the damage, because of course this weapon is kind of a full auto single target weapon and just increases your kills per minute. What I also love about a hunter's munitions build on this weapon is the fact that you can be a bit lenient in the ways that you switch mods out. For example, you can throw a Bane mod in here or Rifle Elementalist, as hunter's munitions will benefit greatly off those mods. You can switch around a bunch of things here. It's a very versatile build. There's really not too much to say about the AK, but that's kind of what this weapon was always meant to be across every video game ever. It's an iconic piece of weaponry that's always been adapted in certain ways. It's always had decent fire rate, manageable recoil, good damage, sort of a jack of all trades weapon across a bunch of different titles. And in Warframe, it's really no different. I would love to see this thing get an Incarnon one day, although I doubt that, and it would be of course a very long way away. But yeah, until then, I'm just stoked that we finally have an AK-47 in Warframe, or at least a weapon that resembles something a bit more modern day. It's a nice change of pace, and it really gives me a lot of nostalgia to my COD days. I haven't touched that franchise in a while, to be fair. And if you think this weapon is just MR fodder, I highly recommend you put a few Forma into it and give it a go. It's more than serviceable and actually a ton of fun. I'm definitely going to be using it in the future, just for a little switch up every now and again. But yeah, there's not too much to really cover about this weapon, so that's going to do it for today's video. I've got a few videos planned coming up soon. The main one being I want to cover Ember. She of course recently received some nice quality of life changes to her kit, and of course with TennoCon she received her heirloom skin, and it looks absolutely gorgeous and I can't wait to take her on a survival. Might even do a little duo with Frost, who knows. Anyways, appreciate you guys watching the video. Let me know what you think of the weapon in the comment section. You should like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.